Hello, this is Cannabizm. This is the first religion thinks that you should be given $1 million when you're young and starting your life instead of when you're old. This is the first religion that thinks that high school years should actually be done building houses, running electricity. High school should be teaching you the trades or teaching you something else, like how to build websites and stuff. I mean, we're learning all this stuff like that we're never going to use. At least have some classes in there how to do your own taxes. I mean, you guys have made this so ridiculous that nobody can afford to live anymore. I went to Sonic earlier and I bought me a burger and a drink. That drink and burger was $9 and like 25 cents. I hate to cry about this, but Jesus Christ, how am I supposed to take my kids out and eat? I don't like to take them to Sonic anymore because it costs like $100 to feed everybody. Or at least $50. And then you got the waiter or the car hop that sits at the car and waits for their tip. If you don't tip that waiter, you feel guilty, correct? Well, I always feel guilty too. But, you know, if that car hop was paid the same amount as a doctor was, we wouldn't really feel bad, and neither would the car hop want a tip. Think that just because somebody gets some gratitude, because they did a good job at what they're supposed to already be doing, which is working, they think that that tip that they get because they did a good job should count towards their minimum wage. If you're running a restaurant or if you have a Sonic and your employees don't make at least minimum wage before tips, that's disgusting. You got $10 from a drink and a freaking burger earlier. What are you doing with this money? I don't see anybody doing good with their money. I hear like Jeff Bezos going into outer space or Elon Musk building rockets and trailing them through the earth. But what about us? What about us? We always say, why don't you give us some of that money and let us see what we can do with it, right? I'm wanting to start this church, and all I need is $1 million to get started. What's that $1 million for? It don't matter. That $1 million is for me, but the whole trick is every time you get to $2 million, give somebody $1 million and keep the other $1 million. You got veterans laying out on the street that were told to die for our country. And nobody wants to help them. Everybody's all by themselves in this race. That's because you guys have made it a monetary system. The only thing that makes this a monetary system is none of us was given the same chance. None of us was given the same silver spoon. You see, eating is a coping mechanism. We eat for comfort. We worry from day to day what we're going to pay for with the rest of our paycheck. What if you got paid the same no matter what you did? To do whatever you wanted. As soon as you learned how to live your life. If you were given that $1 million, would you squander it? Would you create something that would benefit others? Would you buy a bunch of rental houses? Fix them up and rent them to people? Would you help your family? I'm trying to get it to where we're trying to help each other here, guys. This is going to happen one way or another, whether you guys like it or not. The more followers I have, the more subscribers I get. I'm getting paid. You sit there and you watch people like Mr. Beast. He could do this tomorrow. He could work this whole thing out tomorrow. If Mr. Beast wanted to get a hold of me, we could change the world in less than a year. Ask Mr. Beast if he could give his whole fortune away to everybody but $1 million, would he still be fine? Would he still be okay to be going out and about? He gave each person that he knew $1 million just for the hell of it, and he kept 1 million. And every time he got over 1 million, he gave it away. Imagine how many people that would help out. Imagine how many new chances people would get. We've turned it into a whole monetary system to where all we can sit around and do is buy stupid little shit like marijuana or sugar, candy, go to the restaurant and have a nice night out. Well, the problem is we should be able to do that every night. You should be able to go out and do whatever you want. All of us should have been given the same chance as soon as we were let out of school. To be an American citizen, after you got out of school, they should have gave you $1 million and said, okay, you only get this once. You mess it up, guess what? Don't come asking us for help. And I bet you stress, anxiety, depression, all these different things that we try to seek help for and get medicine for will be no more. Imagine if everybody around you had $1 million. Imagine if you were going into the bank and the person that was sitting there picking up the trash and sweeping the sidewalk was making the same as the fucking bank president. And all of them are happy about it. See, as soon as I get to 1 million, I'm going to buy the church I've been wanting. It'll be perfect for this. I'll have my little grow rooms. And I'll have a church and I'll have a place for my family to live. And I'll have storage and everything. It looks freaking magnificent. I see this church, it's almost $500,000. I want the money for this church. And then the other $500,000, I'll fix this house up and I'll sell it and I'll start turning it. As soon as I get to $2 million though, I am going to find a good friend or somebody I think can do a lot of good with some money. And I'm going to give them $1 million. And there's going to be a stipulation upon that $1 million. I'm going to ask them, I'm going to say, hey, if I give you $1 million today, will you work for me 10 years? I bet you like hell everybody would say, sure. It don't matter what hours you work. You choose your hours. It's about helping each other out. I sit here and I think to myself, we're all very equal and very common. So please don't judge me for what I do. I don't want to judge you for what you do. I will be giving sermons on Sundays. I tried to today and I couldn't get my channel to work for some reason. So I just didn't do one today. That's another thing. If I'm stressing too much out, I'm just going to go chill out for a little bit and smoke a fatty. So that's kind of what happened. I stood here and lectured to this phone for like 2 hours earlier thinking I was on a live thing because YouTube was running in the background and it said live and it was counting up. There's a big disappointment. That's why I'm making this video like this. I'll make it and I'll tell you about the religion. If you want to be part of my religion, just follow me. Sooner or later, you'll get a chance. It's crazy how it's going to work. I don't know exactly how it's going to work because I'm still figuring it out. But please, bear with me. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I want to go do things when I'm young. And I want to be famous. I want to go interview famous people and smoke weed with famous people. That is my dream job. Oh, and a monkey. I want to smoke weed with a monkey. My barber today gave me that idea. But anyways, I'll see you next Sunday at 4:20. My YouTube channel is the @ symbol and CANNABIZM. That's the one that didn't have a definition yet, but this religion is going to be Cannabizm. But anyways, you'll never figure out who I am. So don't even try. I love you all. The faster I get to that $2 million, you get to watch me work. And I'll reverse engineer this son of a bitch backwards. We'll leave these goddamn president, Congress, the Senate, and all them. They can have their stupid paychecks and Congress and all that. We'll just take and fund each other millions of dollars and bring this country back to what it could have been. This is Cannabizm. Peace. Fucking hot.
Cannabizm, a religion focused on the future. that actually wants to make us equal. Treat people how you want to be treated. All lives really do matter, especially when all lives are equal. Cannabism is about enjoying the here and now and actually having the funds to afford it. Cannabism is a pay-it-forward movement, looking for people to help build this religion. I ask you for no money and never will. However, you can donate to speed up the pace, or just like, share, and subscribe at Cannabism.